Today we want to talk about...
What
do we want to talk about?
We want to talk about what are the benefits, or what is better, a minivan or, a non-convertible minivan. Is that right, intro?
No, we want to talk about what's better, a minivan or a Sprinter van, right?
Okay, that's...
Because we have a minivan and we don't have a Sprinter van,
Correct.
but we would kind of want a Sprinter van.
Of course we want a Sprinter van. That's a big dream.
We're looking on the bright side.
Yes.
And we're going to tell you the benefits of a minivan over a Sprinter.
Can I just say one thing about that?
Of course you can say more than one thing.
This is a great gratitude activity that we do, because sometimes when we travel in our minivan, we look at those amazing Sprinter vans and we're just dreaming one day we would like to have one of those. And we remind ourselves why having a minivan, no build, is awesome, because there's many benefits. So let's get to it now.
Yeah, the first point of why a minivan, which our minivan right here, maybe she should be featured in this.
She's dirty.
Why Minka? Minka's got bird poo on her.
This is not good.
Look at that. Because we don't take care of her, so that's why. No. We took care of her.
We just came back from a trip and we haven't unpacked this properly yet.
So the number one reason why a minivan is better than a Sprinter is that it's much cheaper. So it's much cheaper not only for the buying of the car, but also for the gas. Generally the gas is cheaper, and also the insurance is cheaper. So save money, get a minivan.
Next.
Number two.
Number two, that's how we do it.
What do you got?
Number two, it's a lot easier to park stealth, because we look like just, a soccer mom driving around. People can't really tell what we're doing. Yeah, that's a big reason. You can get around in big cities without problems, without looking
shady.
Well, it's not shady. It's just that some cities, especially some bigger cities, aren't too excited about campers parking around. So it's nice to do some undercover stealth parking.
Stealth parking. Okay, so number three I actually think is a pretty good one. And for me, because I think I'm a little cheap, right? I'm a little cheap. So I think the number three is that you can actually get a motel or a hotel when you need it and get a break from van life. And you don't have the guilt about it as much. Like when you put like tons of money into a van, when you need a break, you almost feel kind of like shameful about, I need to get out of my van and I have this whole van. So I think being able to pull over and just use a motel is more justifiable when you have a minivan or like a part-time camper.
And to be realistic, in this minivan, you are not going to be able to live in it for, we did a 3-month drive. That's the longest drive we did. We needed to stop by and do a proper shower sometimes and just be able to charge stuff that we weren't able to charge on the road, and frankly use the bathroom. So it's nice to do that maybe every 4th or 5th night if you can. Yeah, and
we actually haven't really figured out how to make our minivan year-round, like our camper year-round. I mean, not that you necessarily want to be camping in the middle of winter anyway, but it's more of a good weather camper.
Yeah,
right?
For sure, absolutely. Or just non-extreme weather.
So the next point.
Well, that's huge. I mean, it's a smaller car, so it's easier to camp. Park it anywhere.
Parking is a lot easier to get a space.
Yeah, because we were just in Savannah the other night and coming back from Florida, and it's a big town. It was a busy Saturday night, and we were able to just find a parking spot in the middle heart of Savannah, nightlife, and no problems. But with a van, we would struggle.
And parking garages. So I think we've had to use a parking garage 3 different times. When we go to New York City, we've used a parking garage, and you have to pay a little bit of an oversized fee, but you wouldn't be able to get a Sprinter into a New York City van. And then also we did it in Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
When we went to Vegas, we took
a little break.
Yeah, we had a parking garage. So pulling into a parking garage makes it feel like your van's secure. And I don't know if you can do that with Sprinters. Maybe people that have Sprinters comment on if you can find parking garages or not.
Yep. Number 5, that's you.
So number 5 is that it can be a part-time camper, and you can make it just like a weekend camper, so you can build it faster over the weekend. That's the number 5.
Number 6, if this is your first time camping or doing van life, starting out like this is so much better, because you get to actually see if you like it rather than investing lots of money into a big van, not knowing if this is your thing. So you can easily just go back to normal car mode, and now you got a normal car for normal life.
Yeah, that's huge. That's actually really, and that's kind of a big reason why we bought the minivan in the first place, is that we had this in as an idea, but we also needed a vehicle because we were coming from New York City. So it's such an easy transition of, if we don't like this, if we don't want to do this van stuff, we still at least have a vehicle that's slightly an everyday driver.
Which also takes me, this is not a point, but you know, we really believe in you just do stuff without making all these excuses, and our van channel is all about that. You know, we might not have the awesome van, but we still want to have the trips and the journey and have the experiences, so there is no excuse. You can just put a mattress inside of your car and get around and experience the world, and that's...
Yeah, in fact, we really highly recommend that, because I think like if getting just a mattress in a van as a place to start is the best way to do it. Is just get out there and go spend a night. And then if you like that, or even if you get like a sense of liking that, then you're going to like van life, you know? And if you don't like that, because maybe it's not comfortable enough, maybe getting a better van is still an option for you, and maybe you would like it more like that. But for us, I mean, we liked it pretty minimalistically, and so we're only going to like it more with a better van. But that's just us.
Okay, number 7. I'm pulling Norwegian.
Number 7 is, because everything's modular, it's easier to replace things when they do break, and things do break. You know, so basically, like, we chose to go the modular route in terms of also the fridge, so that you can pull the fridge out, and then the jackery for the charger, and then basically the bed, it's a futon. You could actually use it. I mean, we hacked it up now, but you could use it in an apartment and stuff. So everything that we bought, you can also use. So that was, that's a pretty big benefit. Instead of like custom built stuff that you can't pull out, everything's modular.
Number 8, this is a good one, because this is obviously not a comfortable camping situation. You know, you don't really want to spend time indoor. You want to be outside and actually explore and see the nature, see the people, see the towns. So we spend less time inside of the van, which I think is great.
The best part of van life is actually being out in nice weather and getting outside. So yeah, the better, more comfortable your van is, the more time you spend in it. So, you know, we have less excuse to just hang out inside the van.
And more reasons to drop by Walmart's. Use our bathroom and do some shopping. That's not good. That's a problem.
Our last point is, I think it's less likely to get a break into a minivan because it's not as expensive. So if you have a very expensive van, there's a chance that possibly people are more likely to break in. You know, you don't really know. I don't exactly know how the criminal mind works. No, but I think that in general we draw less attention. It looks more like a soccer mom situation. The overall, like, the overall point of what we're saying is that with everything there's like positives and negatives. So like having a kind of, you know, small weekend camper is also nice because of the flexibility. So I think some of us we're preaching to ourselves here because we would like a better Sprinter van, you know, but we're also just trying to be grateful for what we do have and some of the benefits that we do have. So
what we're trying to say is that if you can't afford, or for some reason can't get a Sprinter van, there's still no excuse. Even if you can't get a van like this, whatever car you have, even if you can't fit a mattress in there.
People do it in cars. People have lived like 3 years in cars doing awesome stuff.
You can even do tents. You can bring a tent, and if the weather is okay, safe, you don't have to maybe do this in the streets of LA or New York, but you know, if you go to a campground, like there's no excuse to go out and explore camping. And
so that's it.
That's it.
That's what we're telling you, is go out there and try van life, and hopefully you like it. We really like it, and we're going to be doing more, and we hope that we can encourage you to do more as well.
We might actually do some camping or van lifing in Europe. That would be a kind of cool next thing we might be into.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Bye-bye.
Cut.